Hello and welcome to Game 3 on Day 4. This is game number, gotta look here, 15 out of 24 here, Founders Cup. We will have O Canada right away, and then the Shamrocks will play the, we won't have O Canada, BC. Just coming to the floor now, waiting for the whole team to get ready. We saw a couple great games today. Six Nations continuing their unbeaten streak, and Battle of the Bottoms so far. Seneca War Chiefs putting up 18 on Quebec, winning 18-14. It was a nice tight game. Both teams seem to light that spark, and well at the bottom now. We definitely saw some flashes that maybe they'll compete here in the last few games. And here come the Adenauks in the yellow and purple. They'll be off on our right. On our left will be Shamrocks from Calgary. So here we go, O Canada. And we'll get started. So Kevin Larson here, Amateur Sports TV. Thank you to Case Financial Group, our Game 15 sponsor. Joined with special guest, Riley from BC. We've had players, coaches, managers, parents even, and this will be our first official at the mic. So welcome, Riley. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for having me here.
So Riley's going to be, we kind of have this theme trying to reach broaden lacrosse, and we've heard from a lot of people this is kind of their first time watching lacrosse. So as the game goes on, we're going to ask you some questions, maybe of the rules that don't come up as much, that just kind of, and you'll be here to answer them. And,
absolutely, yeah, for sure.
That'd be awesome, so thank you for doing that. The Shamrocks are unbeaten as well. The Adenauks kind of floundering in the middle. I won't say floundering, 2-1, or 2 wins, 1 loss. That's pretty good. And here we go. Adenauks getting that first face-off, throwing it up to Smiggle. Smiggle doing the cross. Offensive chance here, good shot, and there we go. Great goal, 17 seconds in. Not something we see happen against the Shamrocks yet this week. I think that was number 40, Adam Noakes. So Riley, first question, we'll start with a face-off. So face-off, sometimes it seems like such a minor infraction to give the ball to one team or the other. What are you looking for as the official in the center?
As the official who's dropping the ball for the face-off, we're looking for the early infraction, such as the stick not pulling the ball backwards, which is what we always request from the players themselves as the first instructions we give them. Another thing we keep an eye on in that big blue circle is for their foot. Make sure that they don't step inside the circle before the ball actually comes out. So makes a huge difference in terms of flow and possession and where the ball might end up going.
And a good save. one for both ways, and I know that's one we've had a lot of people ask, man, I didn't see anything, what is, and so there's the official explanation.
Yep.
As our crew here have been kind of eyeballing that out and getting help from some people throughout the week. Nothing as official as from an official. O'Connor on the inside, the Adenauks down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, good grab as Jared Ferris with the ball, passing it out. And here we go, Mura moving it in for the Shamrocks. They're going to work that perimeter. Cordell Hastings, big, tall, strong shot. He can do pretty much anything. And he's turned away this time by Roman Rose. A little hold, switch possession. Oh, great shot and stop by Rose. So one, I know Theo, he's been joined me for 4 games this week. A lot of people have asked about the stick work, and what sort of is the drawing line between a hit like that that's okay and a slash? Is there a guidelines, or is it more they're going for the stick? And
well, what we instruct the players is there's absolutely no slashing allowed in box lacrosse. However, there is a fine line depending on. Sometimes the players are slashing and going for the stick, trying to catch the ball. It's more of the referee's discretion at whether or not they're going to be calling a slashing penalty. It's based on the severity and where the contact is actually made. So most of the times when contact is made stick on stick, we'll just let play go on and carry on. If it's a stick on arm or stick on any part of the body, depending on the severity, you might see a slashing penalty.
There we go, 10 seconds, good reset. Up into the stands, so Adenauks will continue the ball. And that's what we kind of figured. It's kind of we've seen especially lower ones being called a lot more where there's no paddings, we're up high. Player safety, I imagine. If the play's still pretty safe, then you want to let it go. You don't want to be blowing that whistle.
Yeah.
All the time.
We want to let the kids play when they can. As viewers have probably seen, it's a very fast-paced week here that's going on. So we try not to blow too much and just let the pace go here.
Eli Cross bringing it in for the Shamrocks. We're at 16 minutes, 45 seconds. Adenauks up 1-0. Shamrocks working the perimeter, trying to find that opening to tie up the game. And the ball bounces off the backboard, so the shot clock gets down low. Another shot misses. And desperation shot, and that'll bring the buzzer. And the ball goes rolling down. So the Adenauks here, we've seen Chan, he do really well in yesterday's game on offense. Starting out the offense here. Miggle going. Swinging that pass around. There for Celius. Chan trying to find that opening, drawing that pick. 10 seconds left on the shot. Great play by Shamrock to push Chan out. Hard shot for Celius. And the shot clock will go. Or no, the Shamrocks will pick it up, but shot clock down to almost 0 anyway, and they will set up. There we go, Cordell Hastings, dangerous. He was goal-scoring leader. We'll get that check to see if he still holds that title going into yesterday's game. Good scrum in the boards. And the ball bounces up. Another question, Riley, we've had a lot, is the moving pick. Sometimes it seems like they're still moving, but is it safe to say it's kind of, if they're almost planted, you try not to call it?
Yeah, that is a thing we try to let them go with for picks. If there's an intention that they're trying to set a pick and just kind of free up the player, we'll let them do that. However, if we see them completely blow the player up, that's when we will call a moving pick and we will turn the ball over at that point.
Hard shot goes wide. And again, this is another call. Has just throughout the week, people have asked us. A lot of it is Theo, our own man here. Good drive to the net, shot, and good save by Robson Rose. Oh, looks like player is down, slow getting up. Oak will stop and let Cask set things up. crossing pass. And here he goes around the perimeter. Andelis to Smith. Smith getting in the corner. Ball is loose and picked up. And Shamrock's able to grab it. Here comes John Geeb. He'll pass it up and they'll walk it in. And I imagine with pretty much any of these penalties where it feels like ref discretion, coming from behind always makes it more likely to get called than from the front or a good side. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, for sure. Most of the times, like the ones that we see more often are the ones where a player goes in for a shot and there's contact that's made after the shot.
Yeah.
And I'd probably say about 80 to 90% of the time we would see how that hit is, where it's the connection is, and most of the time we'll just let it go unless it's blatant on the back on the numbers. Then it will become a penalty. But we do definitely protect the shooters as well as one of the things that all referees do across Canada. Just player safety is very important to us too out there.
Indeed, and as the shot clock is running down, O'Connor made a big attempt, but a great turn away from Jared Ferris. As we see Dillon Ferrier coming on. Dillon's father, Jamie Ferrier, joined us last night's game. It's interesting talking to him. He was the parent I mentioned us having. 13 minutes here left in the first period. The Adirondacks are beating the Shamrocks 1-0. And it's kind of interesting, Shamrocks talking to more and more people here at the tournament and just blowing away all expectations. You know, kind of feeling like the team to beat along with Six Nations. And a lot of people have seen them in the past weren't quite as convinced until this tournament. So it's kind of interesting to see. Of course, they have just been so dominant, leading goals and defense just been so great. Here's Chan. 5 seconds left on the shot. And look at that dominant defense. Just kind of a last-second heave towards the net, grabbed out of the air. And off to my left, you can, here's a good, and he'll get the goal. Diving push from behind, and he will slide that by. That's number 22, Eric Lemire. So just personally, do you watch a lot of lacrosse? Or as an official, it gets hard not to dissect the game watching it, so you don't watch as much as, say, most fans would?
Well, myself in the regular season when I'm back home at BC, the only games I go to are the games that I officiate. I never actually go out my way to go watch other games and never dissect other referees' games. We all kind of do our own little interesting things out there. But across Canada, we try to maintain the same level. And
Cordell Hastings makes that a good chance, good save. It makes sense. I've heard that actually from a lot of refs. If they go to the game and try to watch as a fan, it's almost hard for them. So they tend to watch less as it becomes. Did you ever play lacrosse yourself, or did you just join? I
did, yeah. So I played lacrosse when I was 5 years old up until when I got up to 21.
All right.
And then I stopped stopped playing. And I've been roughing only since.
Okay, so junior age, much like this tournament.
Exactly, yeah. Never made it to the Founders, but definitely played in this age group.
Good shot and another good save by Rose. Again, the score is tied at 1, 11 minutes, 15 seconds. And was an exciting game. Chan moving the ball in. Kind of an interesting game. I was kind of coming in expecting the Adirondacks to be a bit of the underdog, but their defense is really quite stout. The Shamrocks, their offense has been pretty amazing. So kind of powerhouse O versus D, making this game extremely fun to watch. We'll have to see. Adirondacks and there the arm goes up, and I don't think anyone would have to ask Riley here with me, an official, why that's a call. Kind of a block to the back in the middle of the play there. Good keeping possession. Shot as the shot clock gets low. And no hesitation by the player. He knew he made a mistake as Tanner Oak. And so it really sounds like a lot of that stuff in lacrosse, it's moving so fast that to not blow the whistle, it's up to the ref to say, is that a safe play?
Exactly.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, because I mean, the more whistles, how we see it is it slows down the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they don't call this the fastest game on 2 feet for no reason.
Yeah.
And we don't try to make it about ourselves out there. That's not our goal, right? We're just out there for player safety is our goal at the end.
Oh, Cordell Hastings! I thought he had passed that ball to Eric Lemire, but no, and he turns around and shoots. And that will put him up 2-1, 10:06 left. Now, talk about the speed of play. If it's, you don't want to let us know the secret, but how often do you lose the ball as an official just because it's going so fast?
That's a great question, because it all depends on how fast the game is going for sure. And
oh, here we go. Great rebound. Oh, Smiggle almost getting it. So, 10 seconds in, and Adenauks have a good chance. Yeah, Cordell Hastings comes into this game 13, leading the pack by a few even. Good give and go there. Oh, nice power through. Shamrocks keeping the ball there. Oh, no, they dropped it and it's rolling. Great effort by Clark. Oh. And here we go. Adenauks coming O'Connor. Swinging the ball around. Trying to find an opening. Here we go. O'Connor shot. Oh, posting out. Good battle in the corner. Both teams just on fire right now. Trying to get that advantage. Good centering pass. Shot. Great save. Jared Ferris standing tall in net. Now ball coming back this way. Oh, good centering pass. And just out of reach, so I guess not perfect, but still great effort there. Ball loose. Now you have to do a lot of running as the officials here. Do you ever have a step counter? Have you ever counted how many steps you've taken?
I have never counted my steps personally, but we were actually having this a conversation with all the referees here this week, and some of the guys have said that they've worn Fitbits in the past, and they've tracked themselves to about 50 to 70,000 steps per game.
Wow.
And it's incredible out there.
Yeah.
The amount of kilometers we put on our shoes for sure.
And that will be a misconduct penalty. Number 22, Eric Lemire. Now, I'm not going to bring up calls that has happened throughout, but there is a call happened today. I just kind of want what the call is. It's kind of a weird one, and it was an equipment violation that was against a player. What would that have been? Or there's kind of a big list that it's hard to say without being there.
Yeah, it's a big list of equipment penalties that we can give out.
Okay.
More specifically for players who are playing offense or defense, it's usually a stick violation that we see, such as a length in the stick or a width of the head itself.
Okay.
Another equipment that we see on players is the helmet. Sometimes they will not have the earpieces, or their face mask might not be the proper ones, might not be the legal ones.
Okay.
And then on the goalies itself, it's a little bit tougher because goalies wear so many pieces of equipment. But mainly with goalies, we look for conformity. So if we see that the equipment kind of conforms to the goalie's body, we'll deem it legal.
Okay.
We also look for numbers. There's padding specifications on each goalie's pads that specify what pads they're using. And also another thing that we measure is their stick. So there are quite a few things that are out there that we need to look out for. And I would say our measuring tape is our best friend when it comes to that.
Yeah, very good. Chand, long pass center to Smiggle. Great one time, but good save. Jared Ferris. Trying to Smiggle, just not letting him get it easily. And you see chin strap pops off on the helmet, so the ball will be given. And More so today, we've seen the helmets just kind of popping open or popping off a little bit easier. If you notice a player kind of more so than others, will you step out, or you just kind of do that and hope he gets the hint?
Well, as soon as the player's chin strap or any part of their helmet comes to
good shot. It gets behind him. Oh, my. That was right in the corner there, and that's Chan. We talked about him turning it up on offense and tying the game up today. Power play goal, 6 minutes, 42 seconds left here in the first period. 2-2 the score. So yeah, if his chin strap keeps coming off, you might say something at the bench, or you just hope you blow the whistle enough.
Well, just warn the player. As soon as we notice it, we warn the players to get off. If they happen to have possession of the ball at the time, we will blow it down and turn the ball over.
Okay.
If they're not anywhere near the ball or near the play, we'll just let them know they'll get off, and usually they'll put their chin strap right back on.
O'Connor gets the ball. Oh no, he's not able to get it cleanly. Still a loose ball here. And they will set up here. Of course, that was their possession, so shot clock already down to 10. Offense just getting into the zone. 5 seconds here. Forcelli is looking for a hole. Good shot from the perimeter. And the shot clock, while possession, shot clock, all seem to kind of come off at once. There you go, trying to not getting an inch here from the Adenag defense again. Outside the Shamrocks, one of the stoutest defense. Six Nations up there as well, of course. Here comes Charbonneau. Now he will flick it over to Smiggle. And they will set up here in the offensive zone. Good little touch pass, pops up. Good grab by Ferris. And a little toss up, has it to Lemire. And Shamrocks score 2-2, looking to start some offense to break this tie. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first period. Great physical play. Hard shot. Oh! And a great inside save, Robson Ramsey. And there they do. We talked about wanting to get that go-ahead, and they do that right here. 3, 9, and 19. A little bit of everyone. Of course, I'm joined again, for those just tuning in, maybe not miss the first few lines. Riley is a ref brought out from BC, kind of helping us go through for seasoned lacrosse fans. Ooh, good win by Og. Oh, he's going to set up. For seasoned lacrosse fans, some of these questions are kind of obvious, but our focus this tournament, a big focus on growing the sport, and we've gained a lot of new fans to hearing feedback. People like, man, I love watching this. So Riley helping those new fans learn a couple things here and there. And that's one, kind of an obvious one. It's a minor foul, minor infraction?
On a offense there, when it's an offensive player that holds on to the stick like that, we will call it holding, and we'll just turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Except when it's a defensive player doing that to an offensive player, then it's a penalty.
And that's what a lot of penalties, if you have the ball, you try to just make them lose the ball and not throw someone in the box.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And you see these possession change takes like a split second, so it barely slows down the game versus having to set up a penalty. Good shot block, sends the sky into the rafters. And we'll have to run the ball down here. We have 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Shamrocks have the lead, 3-2. There we go, good little pick play. And a good steal by Robinson. He'll carry it for a bit. Now swap it over to his offense. Cass bringing it. Has the perimeter. Long pass. And Brian Smith. Oh, good behind the shoulder pass. Cass not able to get it. And a long heave there. And some good pressure. Shamrock losing several seconds on their shot clock, but they will retain possession. trying to move it up again. Just a bobbled, casual pass, trying to get it through the mid. And here's a hard drive, jump shot, over to the side and into the netting here. And here's Angelis. He will give it to O'Connor. We'll walk it in here. And now here come the Adenauer looking for that opening. Smiggle, he drops it. And just kind of flicks it up when trying to regain possession. And Ramsey will walk it down. He has a good perimeter goal already. You see the work. Oh, good, knocking that ball away. And now here it comes the other way. Charbonneau will pass it up to Oak, to Chand. Chand will carry it in. Long cross, and back to Chand. There you go, trying to drive the net. Nope, no room for him. Trying to open up the Shamrocks here. No lane. 5 seconds left on the shot. And the shot clock will go. Shamrocks will get possession. And we'll transition. Just over 2 minutes left to play in this first period. An exciting first period. Nice and close. Not a lot of scores. We talked about our first day, or so many high shooting games that we're getting used to them in the last couple days, things coming down to normal where we could have a 7-6 or a 2-1 period. Ooh, a little bit of retaliation there. Oh, and that squeaks by. Took a split second to start cheering as it rolled past Roman Rose. And that will make the score 4-2. Minute 43 left in the first period. So another big question I guess we've been asked is that player change. If you get a penalty there, is it automatically you get extra, or it only depends on that penalty in the player change box?
So if it's when the player is going off in the process of a change and a penalty happens to happen during that time, it is a regular penalty. So whatever the infraction may be, if it be cross-check / interference. However, if they are in the process of changing, it will occur a game misconduct on it as well.
Okay.
It's one of those rules that it's for player safety, because the player is going off on the change there. We have to make sure everybody is safe and being able to play lacrosse out there is why there comes a game misconduct with it too.
So clarifications. We know as soon as we see a penalty happen there that some big things are coming for the infractor, but that's good to know the exact specifics. And getting a high sticking penalty will put the Adenauer down by 2 now. A chance to maybe close that lead in half. Chand will flick out to Smiggle. And working it around once again. Hard shot, makes it through. And the Adenauer do just that, having that lead, 4-3 now, power play goal. 1 minute left here in the third period. And that was Smiggle getting the gold team captain. And I guess the last question I know we've had asked is the 10 seconds. I know we've been saying, and I'm pretty sure we've had this confirmed, but always good to have you. The 10 seconds is when you're down a player. You have 10 seconds to make it over
the furthest leg line.
The furthest white line, okay. And that's the only time 10 seconds is counted? Or?
That's correct. When your team is shorthanded, that's the only time it's ever counted.
Handle is rifling it, going, hitting off the backboard. Oh, and that call, if you're a player, you can't bring the ball into your own crease, is that correct?
Yes, so the only person who's allowed to pull the ball from outside the crease back into the crease is the goaltender himself.
All right, so we've seen that a lot, and that one we were pretty confident we were getting right, but again, educating new people. Here's Shamrock's able to get that possession. John Geeb setting up his offense. Oh, ball bounces up high, and great bring down for Clark. Timeout for the Adenauer, looking to set up a play here. So again, thank you for Riley, and he'll be sticking around for a few periods here, but I think most of the questions were asked. We'll still. Glenn says he's got some, so we'll refill the question tank for period 2. It's really appreciative. It's good. I've had people come up say, yeah, you're right about this, but we've also had people, yeah, get clarification on this, and the best I can say is, yeah, this is what we're seeing, and for some of these not as often calls, so just trying to pass along, solidifying these rules to people who are just picking up lacrosse, because we've had a lot of people saying, man, I love this game, even if they're never going to play it again. People watching it, I know I have some friends, because I shared on my Facebook, saying, this is so fast, this is so fun, why can they stick each other? That's usually what they say after that. In this break, we'd also like to thank our Game 2 sponsor, Case Financial Group. Thank you for bringing us Game 15 here, Founders Cup 2019 in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We have the Adenacks and the Shamrocks. Adenacks called a timeout. So Brian Smith, not the only Brian Smith of the tournament, Brian Smith of the Seneca War Chiefs. We saw him get taken off last game. We really wish them the best. Hope to see him come back. Nice, good, strong young player. And much the same as other Brian Smith is Brian Smith, extremely tall, extremely big and physical as well. 14 seconds left here, going to run down that clock as much as they can. Try to find an opening, a lane. Here we go, cross shot off the bar. Got to run that down, 2 seconds. No, it's just going to run out. Great first period of play. Shamrocks with the lead. 4 goals to Adenacks 3. I'll be back with Riley here in the second period after a quick commercial break.
If you take the first mortgage you're offered, a high interest rate could take your travel budget and send it packing. Before you choose a mortgage, take a second look. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today. If you take the biggest mortgage you can get, you might find your budget can't support other important costs, like buying furniture. Don't let your mortgage weigh you down. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today.
Hi, I'm Nettie Weiss from Metal Master. You had an accident? Sometimes they're embarrassing, but they're always inconvenient. We have an incredible staff to take care of you. We have platinum certified techs in 4 different categories. We are certified as a gold class accredited shop. If you've made a claim already, perfect. Call us with your claim number. If you need a claim opened, give us a call. We'll walk you through it. Sometimes you can get a little nervous dealing with MPI. We'll help you out. From Metal Master Auto Body, we'll straighten it out.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Oh, now we're back. Second period about to start. Shamrocks, so dangerous this tournament on that long change. We have Riley here, ref from BC, coming in, bringing you in special, right? You haven't refed yet because they needed the help. Is that why?
Yeah, that's what I told you guys. I've been on leave for the first 3 days, one game each already, and then I have another game later on tonight at 7:15. Actually, with my counterpart from British Columbia as well, Jacoby Ellsbury Craftsman. Yeah,
that guy right behind us.
That is that is him.
There we go, poking a little fun at each other. Have some fun. So Riley, we're talking in between as face-off start. What brought you into? I mean, you were a junior, got into reffing, but what's the process and kind of getting your levels and being evaluated to get here to the Founders Cup?
So it's a long process. So the season starts in early April, late March, depending where you are in Canada. For us in BC, it's mainly in early April that we start our season. So we do our time. We do a lot of games out back home in BC. We do lots of evaluations. We get evaluated. We get told by the senior guys on what things that we can improve on. And then we put our names into the different national championships that we want to attend. For example, the Founders Cup, Presidents, Minto Cup, and the Man Cup. And then it all comes down to what all of the senior officials have to say after they've seen your performance on the floor all year. So it is a huge honor to be here for sure.
Oh! Oh my goodness, I don't know if that was Drew Cash getting goals. Amazing. A shot from the far side, and it was just kind of bouncing. I think he just dives in there. Yeah, 13. Wow, that was amazing. You saw Jared just save the ball, and you just figured. So interrupting O'Reilly here. Excitement. And you guys are evaluated constantly. Even here, you guys are being evaluated. Pressure. You guys feel that pressure too, I would imagine?
We do, yeah. So, I mean, every game we bring our A game, but especially with the fact that we know that there's someone that's watching us, that's evaluating us in person here. It makes us bring our top-notch game for sure. And with most of the referees back home from all the way from BC out into to Ontario there, they're rating us from home too, and they're giving us feedback from text messages to Snapchats, whatever it may be.
And here Adenac, they've tied the game up here in the second period right away, and they're looking to put some more pressure on. 10 seconds. Oh, beyond the back shot. I don't think Ferris saw that until he realized that ball was gone. Luckily, it hit the ground and bounced into the mesh, and the Shamrocks will transition. And that's true. We've had a couple GMs up here, and they have the sheet, and they say, yeah, we got to evaluate everyone, and that included you. So you have Canada lacrosse evaluation. Oh, good shot! Connor Pup just sniping inside of that post, popping in. So 2 minutes in, each side got a goal. Shamrocks getting the 1-goal lead again. 5-4 is the score. But so that's at least 3 people evaluating, a representative from each team and Lacrosse Canada. So I know sometimes people say, hey, you need to get evaluated, and you just want to let them know we are.
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes the tough ones are the ones that are coming from the teams because they're so used to seeing different types of officiating from all different parts of Canada.
Yeah.
Although we do try to maintain the same officiating out there, it is a little bit different sometimes, and that's what makes it hard for teams.
Yeah, well, that's something we brought up. It's just temperament and pacing. It's just slightly different that it can be hard. Nolette working the outside here. And just trying to find an opening. Tie that up again. Oh, no. Not quite able to touch that in the net. Great stop. Shamrocks bringing it back in. Eli Cross going to get it to his offense to start things up once again. Few less questions for Riley this period, I imagine, simply because the Shamrocks are so oh, here we go, shot. This one just wide. That's Connor Pup here, just getting the goal a minute ago. But yeah, the Shamrocks especially, and the Adenacs, the second period, the goal-scoring period, Is that the same in your leagues back home? Second period is when a lot of the goals happen?
Yeah, so there's a lot of fast-paced transition that we call it.
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of
Forselius goes in and spinning move. And again, just like that, great power play, or a power move by Eric Forselius, pushing the defender, then rolling, getting in there and tying up the game. That we already seen a whole bunch of goals, 3 goals in 3 minutes here in the, making sure 3 minutes in second period. Getting our update at the bottom working. So do you like kind of the fast period, or is it second period you kind of got to pump yourself up and say it's just one period?
For us, it's the same as every other period.
Okay.
Same as every other game, except the benches are a lot longer because the offenses are running longer benches now. So we just got to keep up with the pace and make sure we know where all players are at all times.
Yeah.
So that we can keep up with them.
Oh, good center pass just over the net. And here we go, picked up by the Shamrocks. They will send it up, get their offense going. Oh, Cale Lundell fumbles it a bit, and he will get it to his own offense. Meyer, hard shot, and just like that, another minute of play, another goal. Good shot, that top far corner. And we are up to 6-5. 16 minutes, 14 seconds left here in the second period. Now, we had a fun question. I told you I was going to ask you it. Here we'll use one of the face-offs because you might got to think of it. What's the most creative insult you've ever heard, from whether it's from the fans or the bench?
Well, one that I often hear is, "Hey ref, are you from the
And the Meyer power move, and not giving us a chance to talk in that second period. And that's okay, we love it. You know, off to our left loves it, off to the right a little more quiet. 7-5 now is the score. A fast-paced game. And we get back to Riley's answer, and creative. Oh, and here we go. Maybe we should wait off 1 second. The offense just so dominant.
Scored by number 22,
Work around the
Eric
perimeter,
Ferrier.
looking for that hole.
Assisted by number 23, Dillon Ferrier.
And a good steal. Oh, great. Pressure in the offensive zone and knock the ball. So again, I think things are calming down a little bit. We'll try to get this answer from Riley.
Yeah, so one of the ones I've heard that are more creative is how much the home team pay to have you out here. That's quite oftenly heard, actually.
Yeah, that's not too creative.
Jacoby was actually saying to me that one of the ones that he heard was one of the fans would pay for his eye exam, which I might say is pretty creative for sure.
Yeah. Good shot. Now, of course, that fan would be out a good chunk of change if you guys took up on that, because eye exams aren't cheap, so.
We'll take the free eye exam for sure.
There you go. You know, there's the joke we also made in is, oh, here we go, pass, oh, it goes bouncing into the board. Oh, good hit. Adenak, though, retaining, trying to transition into the offense. It's, refs every year have to take the eye exam, and if you fail, you can be a ref. It's a joke you guys are making, and looks like you guys are pretty good at letting that stuff roll off. You know, it's not personal. It's just the heated. You know, it's sport. Oh, good shot by Ferelius.
Yeah, it's safe to say we all have pretty thick skin and are able to take everything in from the fans, players, and coaches. Mm-hmm. It's all part of the game, and it's what makes it a fun environment out there too sometimes. Yeah,
don't hold it against them after the game when the 60 minutes are done. Good shot. Oh, bounces just wide of the net. Almost hits the low ceiling, but not quite. Murray will grab it and continue offense, down by 2 now. The Adenaks, ball's bouncing loose. They are able to pick it up. That's Brendan Murray circling around, getting that pick from Smith. Hard shot, good block by the Shamrocks. Ball bouncing loose, and they'll just let it shot clock run out. That's always one. It's you know, if you're going to insult the ref, you know, make it creative. Fair to say, or whatever.
Oh, for sure. We love to have a good laugh out there too. Sometimes, as serious as we may seem, sometimes we'd love to have a good little chuckle out there as we're reffing.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we've talked to Mark Began, and the best thing is not to insult the refs. They are human. They are trying their best, as we've talked. Talking about respect in sport and how a show that Mark is going to be heading up, just to kind of talk about that and introduce refs to people. Pass goes wide, and a good pickup by Rose. But I always say, if you're going to do it, at least be original. You know, say, hey, you know, how much the other team's paying you. It just seems kind of basic. Everyone says that. Where something fun where you can laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good one, Glenn, saying, and if you're going to do it, make sure it's the older ones. If you're insulting a child ref, that's we're going to let Mark Began tell you all about what he thinks of that on the show, and I agree. Because it's true, reffing, there's in any sport, looking for that whole hard shot, great save by Rose. In every sport, it's hard to get refs, especially at the younger age, and a lot of it is kids get scared because of fans. And well, players, coaches, but also fans just getting intense. And sport brings out the intensity in everyone, but try to keep it civil intensity. Noakes passing far side to Chan, 7-5. Ooh, pass a little high. And shot clock running out. Noakes trying to get the last bit. Now you can see Riley and Jacoby behind them having some fun with it, though. They can take the jokes. And here we go. Shamrock's trying to drive in. There's the shot. Good save by Rose. Shamrock's a little mellow second period with what we've seen them, but still doing a good job. Right there, kind of behind the ref's back, hard to see. Might have got to stick up, but player able to keep running, keep the offensive going. Out and Axe will be able to go. Oak bringing it in. He'll set it up for his offense. And gives it to Zubik and to Forselius. Now, has anyone ever shouted encouraging things to you in like a tone at first? You're like, wait a second, that's not, oh, good shot, but oh, just wide. Or at first maybe thought it was an inside, then you have to think about it. It's like, oh, that really wasn't. Has that ever happened?
It has, and I've taken a glimpse up into the stands to see who it might be, and funny enough, it turns out it was just one of the referees who were giving words of wisdom out there.
Oh, good shot high, just over net again. Connor Pup just sniping above that shoulder once again. Amazing. And we will have a goalie change, but wow. I literally, from my vantage point, I didn't see any mesh. It just seemed to kind of follow the curve of his shoulder and get in, and that will bring the score to 8-5. And as we get this stoppage again, we'd like to thank Case Financial Group, our game sponsor. Game 15 out of 24 here, day 4 in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I was going to say Canada, everyone knows where this is, although we do have people from a couple other countries playing, some watching, right here in the heartland. And thank you to all the team sponsors, everyone helping out, and then all the sponsors with Canada Lacrosse that brings our reffing friends out here, Riley and everyone else, all his colleagues, getting them out here to get this tournament, because without refs, there's no sport. And so thank you to those sponsors as well. And again, just talking with Riley, ref from BC. He's reffed a few games, got to ref the big hometown tonight, rowdy Manitoba fans. And just asking some questions, some talking, informing people, trying to grow the sport. And here we go, a big second period for the Shamrocks, pulling away. Good hard, trying to power through. Ooh, I get called on. Is there anything for maybe a young person wanting to ref in the younger leagues? Is there any advice you would really give them as to work on this, and it'll be a little bit easier to see the game? because again, as we've talked about, fastest sport on 2 feet.
Yeah, so I mean, as a younger referee coming up, it's always good to go out to games if you can on your free time, just to watch how other referees position themselves, how they referee the game.
Good shot, good save.
It really helps with your progress as well if you are able to go out and watch other referees ref the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine, because it doesn't do justice watching it on TV, as I found out my first day coming here, coming into box lacrosse. Hard shot. And good reset. Shamrock picking up that ball, transitioning. Adanak's getting back fast. Here's where Shamrocks are so dangerous. The foul bouncing to the side. And great pressure there. Shamrocks a little bit rough there, knocking them down. Some extra yelling there. Couldn't quite hear it there, echoing, but here we go with Smith carrying it up. But yes, the speed is a lot different in person than on camera. So get out to the games if you can. Of course, challenge. Looks like Forselius will be getting a misconduct here. Unsportsmanlike. 2-minute penalty. So Manitoba people, if you have someone might want to ref one day, bring him out to the game. You can watch Riley and work, watch him close. Molding the future generation, Riley. Would that is that a bit add even more pressure on you?
Yeah, it is for sure.
And here we go. The score is 8-5, 9-5. Wow, that methodical passing. And just like that, 9 seconds into the power play, 9-5 here in the second period. 9:37 left in the second. And that, for me, that is one of the toughest things I find to follow, is when these teams, I used to call it casual. I think methodical is because they're not being casual about it, but those slow passes around, and then that slight opening comes up and they just rifle it in, and they can go from 0 to 100 in a split second.
Number 8, Colby Fraser.
Adanaks do get the ball there. Face off. Noakes walking it in. Oh, good knockdown there. Shamrock, not able to pick it up. Hot potato here going through the midfield. And Noakes finally able to pick it up, going to walk it in. And off the end boards. What's the longest hot potato roll around you've kind of seen? Has one kind of gone almost a full shot clock? Because sometimes it seems like no one is able to pick up that ball.
Yeah, so I think the longest one I've seen is a good 20, 30 seconds. Just because at that point, the boys out there are battling hard for the ball, like we are seeing right now.
There you go, yeah.
And the ball just loves to roll around out there, too.
Especially on the cement. We've told the cement a little extra lively. Obviously, especially against turf. The balls they love to bounce. You see it on these shots. Oh, good hit there. Great. Oh, but offense able to keep the ball. Great save. That's Connor Nichols. Coming in. But yeah, you see it on some of the shots, just how high the ball bounces. And these guys are shooting hard, but sometimes it seems like they let off on a shot and the ball still goes all around the arena. Adanaks is trying to pass it around, and they lose it. Fumble pass. Ferris, long send. Here comes Mulholland. He's going to just slow down and let his offense set up. Oh. Interference, cross-check type call. And we're going to set up 6 on 5. And just kind of working that around. Hard shot, good save. And he knows he runs off without an incident. Now, something I've noticed, and it's on penalties, it seems like interference is really called. Usually they relegate it to either high stick or cross check. Is that intentional, or is that just kind of, well, you interfered, but you did it with your stick, so we're going to call it a slash or a cross check?
Most of the times we can see that the player is not out there to play lacrosse at certain points, and they're more so out there to be a distraction than anything, and they'll make contact with the head or a cross check or whatever it may be. But most of the times on a dynamic play like this, we'll let them do whatever they need to do on defense or offense until it gets to a certain point where we deem it a penalty, then we'll call it a penalty.
Okay. So interference doesn't come often because you just like letting them play, so as long as they don't bring that stick into it, you're probably not going to call it.
Exactly, yeah.
Good to know. I've noticed that. It's like, it seems a few times like that. It's like, oh, I wonder which one you'll call. Murray getting a shot on, resetting the clock, not able to get it. And good kill there. First minute of that power play gone. Cordell Hastings dangerous, and again, one of those ones, looks like he's standing still, but he can strike if you give him a slight opening. Shamrock's working around. Hard shot. Misses, goes up and out. I guess it's off, and I'll keep Shamrock possession. And again, working that perimeter, that methodical passing, looking for even a slight opening where they'll let her rip. There's Cordell Hastings, nice touch, good rebound, and it's a goal. As soon as Cordell Hastings shot that ball, Dillon Ferrier was streaking in for a rebound, and he was able to get that and just knock that in. Power play goal will put them up 10-5. 6 minutes, 16 seconds here left in the second period. Of course, talking about young refs, potential young refs, give the Falcons lacrosse camp a look, September through December. That's another good one. Yeah, it's more from a player's standpoint, but letting you get the feel for lacrosse. I'm sure you could say playing lacrosse helped you learn it so much to be a ref, to where you get to the Founders Cup because of your experience first playing and then growing into becoming an official.
Yeah, it definitely develops you, and as if you're both a referee and a player yourself, you'll have a much better understanding of the rules and the speed of the game too. And
probably the plays. Okay, I know they're probably going to do this, so I know where to watch.
Yeah, kind of gives you a referee's advantage too if you're a player.
There you go, Shamrock's working around. Oh, drum on. And we notice another one. Rest. He's going a good battle. Quick whistle, probably the quickest whistle is if a player is down. And again, player safety, I would imagine. If he's down, you're kind of giving him a business. He can't really protect himself, correct?
Yep. We make sure our whistles are quick when there's an injury.
Oh, good steal. Good cross. Oh, no, that just misses the net. Yeah, injuries too. It's kind of that hockey one. If it doesn't look severe, then his team has to get possession. If it looks severe, you will blow it dead regardless of possession. We've noticed that, and again, that's just smart common sense, I think. Here we go, hard shot. Oh, that's Connor Puppet. It's almost like a wrist shot, there's a bit more curve into it. Hard shot again, a little wide, and shot clock. Now, being a former player, perhaps, are there kind of different shots you do? I mean, there's kind of more of a touch in that rip, but even when you're ripping it, different ways to snap your wrist to get the ball to do different things?
Yeah, there's when you shoot overhand versus sidearm, it's a little bit different. It's a much quicker release when you're doing a sidearm shot than you are an overhand shot.
Okay.
With most of these players, you do see nowadays that they do a sidearm shot, mainly because most of them play field lacrosse as well.
Okay.
And that's opponent shot that they love to take.
Oh, the cross pass was going to Dillon Ferrier, but Colby Frazier lifts his stick up, knocks it over the net, and will give the ball right back to the Adenauers. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the second period. The Shamrocks are up 10-5, opening up scoring here in the second period. First time the Adenauers defense has really struggled. And here Forselius trying to again do that big power roll in. Good shot by Shan, picked up by Smith. Great save. And Forselli is waiting right there. If Ferris was going to let that ball bounce, he was going to get it. Shamrock, oh, again, another centering pass, just bounces. Wide open is Oak. He has a net, angle shot, great save. Making the ref run there, eh, Riley?
Yeah.
And Shamrock setting up here. Trying to get momentum back. A couple good plays by, and the ball goes bouncing to the side. A couple good plays by the Adirondacks, and slowing things down again. That methodical passing, and a hard shot. And here we go. BC Adirondacks from Coquitlam. Nolette will be trotting up the field. 3 minutes left here in the second period. And the Adirondacks working it around. Shamrock's defense trying for that pick shot. Reset, but they can't gain possession. Here comes John Gieb. He's going to let his offense get on the floor. And Mulholland as well. He won't bring it in. He'll let someone else do the dirty work. Bryce Trimmer. Yeah, and a cross pass shot hits the backboard. Ball bouncing. Picked up by Connor Pup. We've seen him snipe a few this game. Shot clock was running out. Ooh, two Adirondacks players run into each other. And here we go, Adirondacks coming. 2 minutes left in the second period. Smith sets up the pick, trying to free things up. Oh. Just outside his reach. Okay. Trying to work that in is Smiggle. Oh, shot clock. Oh, Shamrock's getting that fast transition. Oh, what a save. Get it out, bringing it the other way. And Oaks trying to work it in. Up tempo near the end of the period here. Smith getting it in the corner. And kind of rolling it outside again. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to do that diving shot. And sliding, not able to get it. 1 minute left in the second period. Shamrock looking to get another goal here. See, hard shot, kind of underhand. Another shot. Oh, good double save there. Connor Nichols working hard. Charbonneau running up. Some last seconds, 40 seconds left. Looking to get momentum going into the third period. Murray waiting for Forsellis to get into place, hoping maybe for a pick. And just smothering Shamrocks, not giving much room. Charbonneau shot, good save by Ferris. Timeout for the Shamrocks. Trying to set something up here, 17.1 seconds. They currently have a 10-5 lead, hoping to increase that to 11. And a timeout. How many timeouts does the team have? Is it per period or by the game?
So per game they get 2 timeouts.
Okay.
But per period you're only allowed to take 1 timeout.
Okay. That's one thing. It's been so, kind of consistent. Never really thought, oh, do you get to take another one? So, again, good to know. That one was a me question, not a one we've been asked. But we'll pretend out there's someone else thinking the same thing, so I don't sound as ignorant on that. Again, Riley here from BC. Thank you for joining us. Just kind of helping out, talking about what it's like from a ref's perspective. We've heard a little bit from everyone, and it's just great. Again, we want growing the sport includes growing the amount of refs there are in lacrosse, and so Riley's helping us out with that. We encourage people to get out there and take a look at it. Here we go, 17.1 seconds. Goalie is pulled. trotting up the floor is Colby Fraser. Going to work that around in the middle. There it is. Shot. Great save. We're trying to get that open net. Good scoop up out of the air, and that'll end the period. 10-5 Shamrocks over the Adenax game. Extremely exciting. Still have a full period left, and I'm on the edge of my seat. We'll be right back with the third period after a commercial break.
If you take the first mortgage you're offered, a high interest rate could take your travel budget and send it packing. Before you choose a mortgage, take a second look. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today. If you take the biggest mortgage you can get, you might find your budget can't support other important costs, like buying furniture. Don't let your mortgage weigh you down. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today.
Hi, I'm Eddie Weiss from Metal Master. You had an accident? Sometimes they're embarrassing, but they're always inconvenient. We have an incredible staff to take care of you. We have platinum certified techs in 4 different categories. We are certified as a gold class accredited shop. If you've made a claim already, perfect. Call us with your claim number. If you need a claim opened, give us a call. We'll walk you through it. Sometimes you can get a little nervous dealing with NPI. We'll help you out. From Metal Master Auto Body, we'll straighten it out.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind, with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
Welcome to NBC. Welcome.
Because the only person voting is yourself.
And Kevin back here, Amateur Sports TV, along with Riley. He will stick with us for one more period. I think we're out of questions, so as they come up, maybe. Otherwise, you can just chime in. You see some good play.
Yep.
I would like to thank our sponsors, Case Financial Group, our Game 15 sponsor. I keep having to double check. We've done so many. 14 of them I've done. This is my 15th. But again, we're able to do all these games because of how many sponsors, again, whether it's getting the teams out, getting us out, setting up here, getting the venue ready, or getting the refs out. The sponsors are so helpful, and we do thank them. Lacrosse, not the biggest sport yet in Canada, but we're hoping that they can grow because it's been fun to watch. And here we go, the Shamrocks winning 10-5. Again, doing good in that second period. That's always been their dominant period. And they'll look to just close out with the win here. Now, I guess one question I do have, I was looking at overtime play for a previous game, and I noticed there is a situation where you can have continuous OT. Have you ever had a game that went into continuous OT and then lasted a long time?
I myself have not. Usually my games, when they do go to overtime, they stick to one overtime. With the CLA, the maximum overtimes that they can go is 3 separate overtimes.
Okay.
And actually that happened earlier this year over in Richmond. One of my fellow referees from back home in Vancouver, I'll give him a little shout out here. It's Mr. Sunshine Burrell. He did a game in Richmond that took over just under 3 hours to referee because of everything that was going on. But yeah, overtimes they do happen quite often in lacrosse games because of such high scoring periods that happen out here.
Yeah, we've seen that, and just you're down by 5, and third period be winding down, and all of a sudden you put on the pressure and score a string. So I can see that happening. Shot goes wide, bounces over the net. We did have I think the final tally was 2 hours and 35 minutes. Our first game today. The longest we've seen, and that felt long. I couldn't imagine saying, okay, you got another full period left. And the Adenauks pulling the goalie early. 18.5 minutes left. Good shot. Bounced off the back. Chan trying to get another open shot. He'll get it far side to Elliott. And wide, and here comes the... Oh, no, there was a reset, but Shamrock pick it up anyway. Nick Drennan. Pass back to Cole Pickle. Cross pass, great shot, but even better save as Connor Nichols in net. And ball bounced up. He walked in here by Eli Cross. Centering pass, good play by defenders to kind of hit his stick as he shoots. And here we go, another rush in, good chance. Oh, his stick hit as he shot as well, making it easy for Nichols to get that. You can see Nichols advancing a bit. He's going to be coming off, and there he goes. Again, trying to get those 5 goals early. We've talked to a few people that says there's not a set time when to pull your goalie when you're down. Oh, Shamrock is wanting a call there for that bit of stuff. Push to the back there. I think kind of a frustrated penalty there. A pretty clean game so far, and now there's a penalty here in the third period, 17 minutes, 21 seconds. I'd be interested to know how long since our last penalty. Maybe I'll have to check with the game guys after. But we do have a power play for the Adenauks here. 17 minutes, 21 seconds left in the third period.
Shamrock's penalty to number 3, Robson Radington. 4 minutes for hitting from behind. The time, 17
4-minute penalty too. Hard shot off the post and out. And Shan getting it from Nichols. He will run it back down. Holding on to it. And just working that perimeter, waiting for that whole cast come in. Shot, great save by Jared Ferris. There's the heave. Good jump and catch by Devin Bell, and he's going to walk it in. Let his hands team get in, kill some time, maybe get a shot. Oh, here we go, drive to the net on Nichols. And there's the shorty to increase the lead. Dillon Ferrier will lift the score 11-5. Oh, here, I guess maybe more of a fun question. Shamrock fans a little bit happier after getting the shorthanded goal. A little bit safer to ask, but has yelling from the fans ever changed your mind?
No. That's an easy no for sure. Like you were saying earlier, it definitely helps that some of the fans who are watching from back home on YouTube get a little insight from the referees on.
Oh, I went through his legs but out the side.
Yeah, getting an insight on how the referees see the games. It's all part of the game. It makes for a great environment, but we usually don't let too much of what the crowd says out there affect how we officiate the game.
Mm-hmm. So it's easy to yell at the Zebras or the man in black, but it's a little bit harder maybe to yell at Riley. So maybe kind of humanizing the refs a bit will make them understand that you think that call was bad, they're not trying to come out and get you. But and that's something I always say when people complain about the refs is there's never been a call overturned because he yelled at them.
Yeah.
And I just got it confirmed by Riley. And now it'll be back to for the ages here. And I will go pretty much blanket for most sports. That would be the case. 10 seconds on the shot. For Celius. And Ferris passing it up. Shamrocks have some of they have a lot of chance here. We'll have to maybe get Jamie or another parent just to run them down all the chance that they do have. Because we could just hear another one there in the background. First penalty of the double minor is done. 15 minutes just over left in the third period. Good pass, centering shot is a little wide. Oh, good rebound. Not able to get a second shot. Good try, Dillon Ferrier. And here we go, Chand once again trying to set things up for his offense. And they will work it around. Minute 30 left on the power play. Smiggle, hard shot. And a good save, gets the reset. Powering through defenders to get back out where he has some room to start the passing again. Oh, not able to get that. Good pickup. Oh, nice play by the Adirondacks to knock back in the zone. Kind of got a bouncing ball here. 14 minutes, 20 seconds, 1 minute left on. Oh. Ball dropped there. Here's Smiggle going. Shot goes wide. Ball's bouncing down. Shamrocks will let him run down. Oh, went off a foot down there. And that'll reset the clock. 45 seconds left here on the power play. Smiggle coming in. And working that ball around once again. Ooh, another just kind of drop pass. A couple of that has happened to the Adirondacks. Maybe just a little tense trying to get the right shot. Good save by Ferris. And he'll pass that up. Colby Frazier. That chant. Great save chant. 10 seconds left here on the power play. 13:30 left in the third period. And they're just going to let this penalty wind down. Great kill for the Shamrocks. You get a double minor and you come away with a goal and not let up one. That you can't ask for anything better. Shot clock does run out, but they are at full strength. 11-5 is the score here. Shamrocks trying to set up the right defensive play. Oh, 6, I mean. Trying to let their players know. No goalie. Shand holding the ball. Oh, long pass. And there we go. Cordell Hastings, it's so dangerous, and they just lost track of him back. They're able to get that long stretch pass. That will put them up 12-5. Oh, and it looks like Nichols is hurt. That's unfortunate. Cordell Hastings came in the game leading goal scorer. One question, remember, going back to our first period question segment, there are a few different ways to get delay of game. Is that correct, or is it, or how do you get a delay of game? Because that we've seen kind of more than, say, hockey or other sports.
Yeah, delay of game is one of those penalties that are frequently called in the game of box lacrosse, whether it be shot clock violation and the player picks it up and doesn't decide to put the ball down, we will call delay game. Towards the beginning of the season, we'll kind of let it go, just because the players are getting their mindset back into box lacrosse. when the season comes down to the end, and when it's a Founders Cup like this, we don't have any patience for that whatsoever. And as you guys maybe have seen, neither does the other team. They will start hacking and slashing at you as soon as you hold that ball any longer than half a second when you don't need to be holding it. So that's one of the delay penalties that we call. Another one sometimes, very rarely called, our injury sometimes, and the player bounces right back up. Sometimes some referees will call a delay game just because you were injured at one point, but you were able to get right back up before the trainer was even out there to attend to you. But the more frequently seen delay game penalty is the one where you just hold on to the ball when you don't need to be. And
now, is there one where if the other team has the ball, try to start, and you won't back off, give them a foot? Is that
that's also another penalty that we'll call, and depending on the referee, they can call that unsportsmanlike conduct, or they can call that delay a game. It's the same concept as I was explaining earlier, just holding on to the ball.
The refs don't like the... Oh, good shot. Great save. The fastest sport. Everyone likes to keep that sport fast. Here's a good battle for that bouncing ball. Mexican jelly bean finally picked up by Nichols. And there we go, getting their switch. And here we go with that drive to the net. And a bit of a push there. That'll give the ball to the Shamrocks. We're at just over 12 minutes left in the third period. 12-5 is the score. James Johnson's going to work here. Oh, good shot. And there we go, opening up the score a little bit more. Dillon Ferrier, another goal. And the Shamrocks, the second period has always been their big one, and here they're increasing their lead even in the third. Of course, they've been able to score every single period. And that will make the score 13-5. Now, there's a ref that most people don't see in the camera, but there's actually, right now, there's 3 officials. You have your 2 on the floor and the 1 over in the box. Can you tell a little bit about his duties there?
Yeah, so the third referee that we have is called the standby official. So his job is to pretty much make sure that all the goals, all the penalties correlate to the ones that are on the official game sheet. Another task that the standby official has is when the scrum breaks out during play, you'll often see him come out.
Good shot, good try, and that'll knock it in. Liam O'Connor making a divey shot, so Adenak's able to stop the momentum build. And that'll make the game 13-6. Continuing here with Ryland telling us about the third official and sometimes coming out.
Yeah, so when a scrum breaks out, the standby official or the third official will step out onto the floor just to make sure no extra personnel leaves the benches or watches for anything else that the 2 referees on the floor do not see at the time. Because the main priority for the 2 referees who are on the floor when the scrum breaks out is obviously to try to stop and break up the scrum in any way that they can, or if it is a fight that is ensuing, that it is just a 2-person fight and there aren't more people involved in the fight itself.
Ooh, we're going to get a penalty here in the middle. There's going to be a slash again. Talk about it being a fairly clean game, and as Angeles comes off, no argument here. 11 minutes left in the third period. Now, I'd imagine, especially in your leagues, the teams kind of get to know you, and the players do, and then they kind of trust your calls more, or as long as it's not a heated game. Of course, if it's a heated game, they don't trust anything. But
I mean, the worst enemy is the referee at that point when it is a heated game.
But a good game, they usually go off when you call them.
They do, yeah. So back home, when the teams know they've seen me around, they'll usually direct me with my first name, and they'll be super polite about it when it's not a heated game. Now, like you said, when it is a heated game, you just become
all bets are
the
off.
worst enemy, right?
And here we go. He's going to set up that, and they can strike at any time. This methodical passing looks kind of slow, but as soon as there's an opening, there's going to be a hard shot or a drive. There it is. Shot deflected, goes to the side. That will reset, and they'll pick it up again. Minute 40 left on the power play. Slashing penalty. And here we go. And flick the outside. Ooh, ball's loose, but Cordell Hastings will get it. Adenak's not wanting to get caught in position. Hard shot, another reset. Oh, got to grab that. Cordell Hastings, look at those hands. Snags it out of the air. The Adenak's player just misses it barely. And another reset clock. They can just, again, slow. You can just hear, you don't hear much of anything with just how they can just slow this down and wait for that opening. Hard shot, great save, rebound picked up again. Another great reset. Oh, the ball's going to bounce a bit over, so minute 30 of the power play gone, but just a great methodical looking for the opening. But kudos to the Adenak's not giving one. You see Cordell Hastings going to work. Ooh. Is that 10 seconds, I believe?
Yeah, that would be the 10-second count.
So great job by Cordell Hastings not letting him get the line in 10 seconds. 10 seconds remaining on the power play up that corner. Ooh. Here we go again, just trying to get that line running down. We are back to even strength. 9 minutes left here in the third period. The Adenak's. Now, for these tournaments, obviously you are paired with refs that you either haven't reffed with before or rarely do. How has that been adjusting to each other's kind of styles and reffing?
The pregame is definitely very important. So we will have our chats between the two referees in our referees' dressing room to talk about our different positioning or different ways that we see the floor.
Yeah.
And it's all about being out there with your partner, and then you'll figure out how they position themselves, and you kind of have to adapt to it.
So will you and Jacoby be partnered with each other all tournament, or?
No, this is actually going to be our first game tonight together, so it will be a fun one because we've roughed together for many years together.
All right, awesome. Oh, good bouncing in front of the net. Oof. Oh, we missed the goalie change, and all they're pulling and putting back in. Roman Rose ended up coming back out. The Wolverine helmet, I know, is no longer out there. And he did get hurt. He stayed in for a few minutes after banging up his knee. Here we go, Shamrocks, open net, diving slide, and Rose not able to get there. Oh man, hard order by goalie, just sprinting, trying to get in front of the net, and transition game from the Shamrocks coming into play. 14-6 now the score, 7 minutes 39 seconds left in the third period.
Shamrocks unassisted goal with number 19, Devin Bell.
Devin Bell getting that goal. And the setup for the face-off here. And a good win by Eli Cross. Ooh, a little hard pick there. Block. And here comes Nolette. Oh, good move inside. Oh, knocked out of his stick as he was trying to shoot. Great defensive play. Great transition. Catch and stride. Shot. Wow. Bryce Trimmer getting it from Mason McQuiggan in stride, and that was an amazing goal. Now, as a ref, has there ever been a time where it's just been so hard not to clap and just appreciation of how great a play has been? You know, maybe not necessarily cheer, but just acknowledge that was impressive. Does that ever happen to you, or?
Yeah, we do see some nice goals, some nice hits out there, and I mean, we don't find the time to say it right at the very moment, but sometimes after the fact, we will talk to the players and we'll say that was a heck of a goal or a heck of a hit out there, right? Like, sometimes your jaw just drops as an official out there seeing some of this stuff.
Got to see the best plays right at floor level, I can imagine. I know for me, back in Pee Wee hockey, I was told I should probably stop giving the losing goalie pointers. That was my thing. Oh, here's the centering shot behind the back, and a great goal, Colby Fraser. And Shamrock just lighting things up, and Adenak's a little bit more flat, kind of running on fumes, I think. Trying to keep up with the Shamrocks team. I don't know how the Shamrocks have been able to just stay on fire as much as they've been. 2 games yesterday, the late game as well. You wouldn't be able to tell that there's any fatigue among the team. 16-6. I think that one chant is "We are money." They're after goal chant.
Scored by number 8. Colby Fraser.
Of course, with the name Shamrocks, maybe they have a pot of gold with them, or a lucky charm of some sort, because they are doing quite well here. Goalie pulled again. Adenak, even just getting a bit more goals, even on a loss, will help in a round robin play. Here's a drive to the net by Noak. Crease violation. And there we go, Roman Rose just hustling back. Maybe they're going to have a goalie rotation just from all the running they're doing, trying to get more goals. He has to run hard with how fierce the Shamrock come bearing down on him. And here the ball passing it around. Hard shot, blocked on the way through. And James Johnson hands, and the shot clock will run out. And pick up the ball. 6 minutes left here in the third period. So Roman Rose not going to go off this time. He got to the bench. Coach said, just stay in your net for this attack. Here comes Chan. Shot. And gets right back to the Adenak. Smith on the far side. And Mulholland with a steal there. Happened so quick, I didn't realize Forselius didn't have the ball. As Pickle now has it. And they're going to rotate around. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the third period. Hard shot. Oh, makes it through. That is Connor Pupp. Haven't said his name for sniping in a while, but he's had a few of those this game. And that'll make the score 17-6. Five minutes, 14 seconds left in the third period.
Shamrock's goals scored by number 9, Connor Pupp, assisted by number 15, Bryce Trimmer. And number goal, 5-14.
Face-off violation. Climbing the ladder to bring that down. James Johnson getting a cheer. Here we go, driving the net. Shot misses wide. No-go shot, just over the goalie and the bar. Long fling. Oak running it down in the corner. Bit of a pick by goalie Jared Ferris. And just enough cushion. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Cordell Hastings going to pass things up. Oh, good centering pass, just goes through. And here the Shamrocks come the other way. And Cass. And after Cass down in the corner to Chan. And just looking for that opening. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here we go, hard shot. The cast goes wide. Good grab by Devin Bell of the Shamrocks coming down. Has Mulholland on far side. And Mulholland's going to set up behind the net. Send it back out to James Johnson, let the rest of the offensive unit on. There's some confusion as to who should be out. Shamrocks running 4 people for a bit there. A nice hard shot from Ferrier. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. There you go, the Adirondacks again walking it in. Orselli is trying to power through, making some space. Up to Brian Smith. Great shot, another great shot. Couple resets. Oh. That ball given to the Shamrocks there, so he couldn't get that second rebound. And here we go. Shamrocks setting in their offense. Jack Moore in the corner, flinging it back, and here it comes out. Colby Frazier playing some catch right now, trying to find that opening. Hard shot, end of the shot clock. And we've seen Shamrocks do this near the end of games with a commanding lead. It's just letting the clock run down, not pushing it too much, not wanting to make that extra mistake. And now 6 players again for the Adirondacks, wanting to get another goal or two in the last bit. 10 on the shot. Good save there by Ferris. Great hit by Brian Smith. A little extra push after the ball was gone. 2 minutes remaining in the third period. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, Keys Financial Group, but especially Riley, a referee out from BC, helping us with Founders Cup. He'll be reffing the next game. You know, hopefully the fans will be good now that I've released your name to the world. That they won't be chanting your name now. But thanks for coming on, answering some questions we had, some that we received from people, and just helping us again grow the sport of lacrosse. All those little different rules. You know, it's not just if you know hockey, you'll know the rules. You also need to know basketball and soccer and a little bit of everything. And even then, you still don't know everything, because lacrosse is truly all on its own, and fast-paced, fastest sport on 2 feet, fastest eyes on a ref, I would say.
For sure.
You guys have good chiropractor coverage. You know, your neck's whipping back and forth trying to follow that ball, or you know, is that something you recommend?
Well, I mean, we try.
Trevor Gallant is down, and that's not good to see. It looks like it could just be a cramp. Again, we will have Manitoba's game at 7:15 tonight. They will be playing Saskatchewan. Our version of the Banjo Bowl. Glenn's telling me, hey. I mean, Manitoba, Saskatchewan. We will make sure Glenn has muted that game, Manitoba fans. He will not be allowed to chirp in like he does sometimes. From the camera over to my right. It's good to see Gallant up. And you can see Nichols, so another goalie change, talking about how much running Roman Rose has had to do. And back out there, maybe just a fresh pair of legs and lungs. Not only that, we'd like to thank Jacoby. He's not behind us anymore, but he was giving Glenn some pointers on how to follow the ball, what you refs do, and maybe use some tips to follow with the camera, because it's been fast from up here. We hope not. No one gets. Sometimes we think people at home are going to get motion sick, especially maybe if you have a high-def TV, how fast he has to move that camera to follow the play. And the Adirondacks as well, just letting the Shamrocks run down the clock. Good knock into the corner. Another shot from Johnson. And Nolette picking it up here. And moving it down. 6 again. Again, Adanac for round robin. This could be a potential tiebreaker. Oh, streaming to the net. Smith, good pass by Shen, but it does go out. That'll get the reset. 45 seconds left here in the third period. Shamrocks with a 17-6 lead. Another shot. And working it around once again. Cross pass. And another tick and tack. It went into Ferris's pad. He didn't realize it there, but defender seeing it roll down him and pick it up off the floor. 22 seconds, less time than there is shot. Shamrocks will wait back, and that will do it. 17-6, the final score. Great showing again. Shamrocks high flying. Fun game to watch. Still unbeaten. The Adanacs will go to 2-2 in round robin play. Thank you again, all our sponsors, everyone there. We'll be here with an interview, I hope with Colby Fraser, if he's willing. Thank you again to Riley, all the refs here. As much as people like to yell at you, without you guys, there's no game. So thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
And
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And we will be back shortly with player of the game and interview. Brian Smith winning player of the game for the Adanacs. Great force, offense and defensively. Of course, all player of the games can be found online. Get the picture here and put up.
Colby Fraser.
Colby Fraser, team captain, will be looking to grab him as well after his picture is taken. All right, Kevin Larson here, team captain, Colby Fraser. Colby, another dominant showing from the Shamrocks. Do you guys come in? What was your game plan against the Adanacs, who have had a pretty stout defense?
Well, we knew they were going to come out really hard. It was kind of do and die for both of us. We could put the chance to be, kicked out of the finals, depending how tomorrow goes, obviously. But, yeah, we just wanted to match their intensity and just not stray away from our systems, just do what we do best. And that was what we were trying to do.
Now, surprising for me watching you guys dominant play all the way through is people are kind of expecting you guys to not be that top tier. You guys are just crushing it here. You have a big game against Six Nations tomorrow. With guys coming in, were you kind of hearing that talk? You're not that toppest tier. You know, you might not make a gold run, or you guys knew coming in that you guys are going for gold or bust?
Well, for us personally, this has been our goal ever since last year when we played Adnax last year and didn't really show up, and they ended our season. But no, I don't think any other people never really thought we'd be here. We'd actually perform as well as we're doing. So we're just kind of shut them out. And do what we do. Yeah.
You're doing a very good job. Now tomorrow, since yesterday, really, that's the game. I'm like, I can't wait. What do you think the team is going to focus on against probably the other high-power team of the tournament thus far at Six Nations? What are you going to work on?
I don't think we're going to work on much. We're just going to make sure we do what we need to do tonight and relax, and we're just not going to stray away from our game. Like I said earlier, we're just going to focus on that. It's worked for us all year, so we're just going to focus on that.
All right, well, thank you, and good luck, rest well, and can't wait to see that game tomorrow. Thanks for coming on. So that's Colby Fraser with captain of the Shamrocks. We will have Manitoba's game here tonight against Saskatchewan at 7:15 Central Time. Stay tuned. Kevin Larson here with Amateur Sports TV.